Rob Portman's retiring as a senator from Ohio. It has gotten harder and harder to break through the partisan gridlock. Senator Rob Portman stated as he released a statement this Monday declaring he would not be running for a third term. The two-term senator is one of the most effective legislators in the Senate, using his relationships gleaned from a long career in Washington to find compromise, as stated by Politico. I want to be very specific because Politico has a slight libertarian lean. Portman joins Senator Pat Toomey, a Republican from Pennsylvania, and Richard Burr, a Republican from North Carolina, in retirement next year in key swing states, which in itself may lead to trouble for the GOP in the Senate, with the Senate coming up. So that's really what I wanted to talk about, is because now we're talking about a real split where we have a chance of taking a bunch of seats for the Senate so that in 2022, 2023, Biden could actually enact somewhat progressive or left-wing ideals, because you're going to have maybe it's possible to have 52, 53, 47 instead of 50-50, which 51-49, but 51, 50-50 right now. He reportedly is seen as a mild-mannered GOP senator and a key part of the Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell's caucus, attending McConnell's leadership meetings and also one of the party's best fundraisers. He's seen as a social moderate, being one of the first Republicans to endorse gay marriage. I just thought those were important and relevant because he is kind of really a center Republican. I honestly think that he's genuine in his belief that he is a center Republican. I don't care. I am glad that he's going to retire and he's going to be gone in 2022 or 2023. But I like the fact that there's 3 seats up in swing states right now. And I think with the right amount of, we really have to talk about the tactics of the Democratic Party, but we could win those seats. We just need to actually fight for them and not just say that those are going to be Republican seats because they were Republican before.
How do you feel about this whole filibuster stuff and what was the reconciliation thing that they're doing? With the
which is the most recent reconciliation, because reconciliation is actually just a specific term for a type of way of doing legislation to cut through the Senate.
Yeah, it's 51 versus 50. It's majority at that point, without having that 60 threshold. I think it is 60%. I think it's 60 or 61. There's a certain amount of threshold
it's 2/3. You have to have 2/3 of the Senate. So
Okay.
that's what makes a lot of things difficult. That actually is what makes the impeachment of the president almost impossible, is because you have to have 2/3 of the Senate, which means that you have to have, I think, 12 Republican senators impeach, and that seems unlikely at this point.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, it's crazy, man. That whole this whole thing is annoying, man. It's we elect these people, and I feel like we don't get crap out of it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I of course everything could always be worse, right? But I think they really gave us the bare minimal, and the fact that we've elected these people, and I don't know, man. It's just sickening. Amount of money they
I mean,
make.
do you agree? Do you agree with what his stance is? His stance is that there's too much political partisan gridlock to deal with to
Yeah,
possibly do anything in this. So it's almost like we have to assess for them whether or not they had positive viewpoints when they came in. They wanted to change for the positive, but they realized that they were in a system where they had to atone to the masters of their party. He had to be with Mitch McConnell. He became a very good leader in the form of getting more money, and then he decided, you know what, with Trumpism, I think honestly that's really what it comes down to. These people can't. They almost think that Trumpism was too far. They took it on for 4 years. They didn't. They shut their mouth about it, but now they realize that they have an uphill battle with people who are eccentric.
Yeah. Yep. 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 I mean, I'd rather have more people like him, I guess, and to some degree, like with kind of more of a level head. But at the end of the day, like I don't think this government's going far enough left on either side. So it's like whatever. He's gone. He's gone. It's nothing's really changed yet. Really, like a couple seats maybe might be available soon. But I think like until people start thinking like, yo, everybody's broke. We should give them money so that they could spend the money, so we could keep the things going. They're not doing that. They're giving the money to the wrong people, and the businesses can only hoard the money. You know what I mean? Either hoard the money, or sacrifice it for rent or whatever else. And then after that, then what? How do the employees and everybody else make a living? How do they eat? Take care of their kids? Like the whole thing is backwards, and I don't think any of these politicians. I wish we could clean house without it being disruptive of government. You know what I mean? I wish we could change everybody right now, but almost everybody. Hold on a sec. I'm on the thing. What's up? Oh, okay, no problem.
And just so while we're going on, so just a fact. This is a CNN fact, but it's true. It was when President Trump took office in January 2017, there were 241 Republicans in the House. Since then, 115, 48% have either retired, resigned, been defeated, or are retiring in 2022.
Yeah.
48%. So that's why I believe Trumpism literally is. I mean, I don't want to be happy about it because it literally destroyed our nation for 4 years, but it has a consequence. So
So yeah,
that's what I'm happy about, is that there's a consequence to the
the
action.
disruption with the Republican Party, like the splitting, kind of like the fact that it kind of like made it harder for them to communicate amongst themselves because there's two different types of Republicans now instead of like one. You know what I mean? Is
Yeah,
that
I
what you're
think
saying?
I think that's exactly the problem. Well, for them, that's the problem. And honestly, this is why I am not for the unity argument,
Mm.
because and trying to find quote unquote bipartisanship, because the truth is that right now, even though there's two different types of Republicans, most of the times they will always vote in lockstep,
Yep.
and they will always vote within their party, even if they don't necessarily, unless they have to be so diametrically opposed to that position before they actually vote against their own party. And that's not bipartisanship. That's literally, oh, we are
Self-interest.
the strong men in this. It's,
I
yeah,
think
we're the
I think it's
strong men
more
in this
self.
party.
I think it looks like everything that Republicans do is self-interest. They'll be hypocritical, totally hypocritical about a thing that they'll say. Oh, we can't have a elected judge during this period of time, and then they elect a judge in less time. You know what I mean? Like they do a lot of right in your face hypocritical crap. You know what I mean? That's why I can't roll with them. Like I'm not saying that Democrats are much better, but I honestly also like what you were saying about how the two parties, I mean the one party splitting kind of. I could say the same thing about Democrats and progressives. You know what I mean? So it's like to me, none of it really matters until the progressives becomes the majority. You know what I mean? That the people just want to have things like put in a way where we can all have health care, have decent living. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's rich people's greed that's causing like the headaches and the bad things that are happening in general. You know what I mean? If people were all had a decent life, nobody would be out there. I mean, of course, there's always a bad apple out there, but it'll be a lot less bad apples out there because everybody will have food and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? They could at least keep trying to strive. Like have if you have a sense of hope, chances are you won't have as much animosity or whatever else in your life that would make you do something bad to somebody else. But they don't give a damn because they can go to the house on the hills and watch everything around them fall apart while they keep collecting money. These people, I don't know.
Well, that's definitely what Portman's doing. Portman is definitely going back to the hills and
Yep.
going to walk away from it. So, I mean, that's why I don't want to give him too much credit. I'm only giving him enough credit to realize that his position as a centrist in the
Yeah.
party of his party is
Yeah.
just unimportant and stupid. It doesn't effectively do anything anymore.
Yeah.
So you might as well just walk away from it.